let's continue with this equivalent fraction thing and get more into the proportion, which is what I told you we were going to be working on. And I'm just going to continue working from that same section. So as we get into proportions, let's learn how to work the physical problem before you have to set up a word problem. I always like to teach that first. Now, so on the last video, we were just seeing if are these two fractions equal, and we did the whole thing, and it was just a yes or no. So we were just talking about really equivalent fractions, equivalent ratios. Okay, we're done with that. We're moving on. Now I want you to notice this problem. It looks like equivalent fractions, but one of the numbers is missing, and we're putting a letter there. And we're going to use the letter they gave us. Don't change all of the letters to X, okay? So we just need to get in the habit, start using some algebra. Now, for those of you who remember algebra, let me just remind you how to do it the algebra way, and then I'm going to show you how I just kind of shortcut some of the algebra out, and we just kind of skip some of that. But that's okay. It doesn't matter which way you do it. So, do you remember when you have two fractions that have the variable, where you have a variable in one of the spots, that you would cross multiply, which is kind of like we did with cross products, and you would get 24, and you would get 3a. And remember, that was multiplication. So when you came over here to solve that, you put your pencil on the variable. You saw it's in multiplication. The opposite was division. So you divided. So you multiplied, and then you divided. Yes? Do you remember that? Okay, well, that's good. We use proportions so often, I just kind of shortcut the method. So I just teach this shortcut method. You're welcome to use it. So let's take the same problem, 3/4 with the TH. Try to get in the habit of saying it as you write it, 6 over a. Now, here are the steps. If you're working with me and want to work them this way, let's write our steps down. We're going to write the problem. Yes, I know, it's a lot more work. I don't like to write the problem, but we're writing the problem. All right, I'm going to abbreviate problem. Then we're going to draw an arrow where the two numbers are diagonal. So look at this. Are there two numbers diagonal here? No. Are there two numbers diagonal here? Yep. So we're drawing an arrow. Okay? And I physically want you to draw it. And where we draw that arrow, that's what we're going to multiply. And then for step 3, we want to circle the third number that's not involved, the leftover number. Not the letter, the leftover number. So we're going to circle that. So I would want, for my students, I want to see that arrow and I want to see that circle. Yes, these are easy, but let's just get this in your head so that you don't have any trouble. And then you're just going to multiply and then divide. Okay? Get your calculator out and let's do it. So you go 6 times 3 divided by, 6 times 4 divided by 3. Okay? And I got 8. So A equals, go ahead and write it, A equals 8. Now, and you can keep your A on that other side. We do need to get in the habit of keeping it on that other side. Still says A equals 8. Remember, you can read it from either direction. So if A is 8, then 3/4 should be equal to 6/8, and you could double check that. I'll put it on the calculator and show you. So you could double check it. 6, 8, reduce it. Does it reduce to 3/4? Yes, it does. And so we know that that's the right answer. That's correct. All right, so write your problem. Draw your arrow, circle. Where you draw your arrow, you multiply. What you circle, you divide by, and you write it. This is getting us used to the algebra. So we need to get in that habit. Let's work one or two more with the letters in a different spot. And I'm going to work it the shortcut way. So if you have 2/3, and that equals B over 9. 2 over 3 equals B over 9. Okay, so I see I have a missing spot. I want to write the problem, which I did. Draw my arrow, choop, circle, choop, take it to the calculator. 2 times 9, see how fast you can go. And B equals 9. So, I'm sorry, B equals 6. I was going to say, what? Okay, so B equals 6. So when I put 6/9 as on the calculator as a fraction and hit enter, it should give me back to 2/3, which it does. All right, let's do one more. Actually, let's do 2 more. So 4 over C equals 16 over 20. Where are my 2 numbers that are diagonal? Right here, draw an arrow, circle, put it on the calculator. 4 times 20 divided by 16. C equals 5. Kept my C on the same side. And then let's do one more. So now you've got D over 3 equals 10 over 15. 2 numbers where they're diagonal. They change. Notice how it changed, okay? Don't get too attached to the placement of things. And then just put that in. 30 divided by 15, D equals 2. All right?